Good afternoon, everybody. It is Saturday, that means it's time for some City Heroes. I apologize for not being around Tuesday. Work had me come in. They were short-handed because they didn't schedule enough people, so I went in because I do like my boss, so. Last week we got involved with a contact named Mr. G, who has sent us on one heck of a wild goose chase in underbelly of Praetor, looking for Maelstrom. So, Personal Monster, Part 5, The New Monster. As the Reigns, Imperial City is alive with talk of your exploits, simply alive. Some scientists from Neuron's lab have already gone to TBN to tell them of saving the day. Are you able to find information regarding the Maelstrom? Eddie is wrong about the invasion. Interesting. Is that no? Okay. Origin, what do you mean? Maelstrom device Eddie is wearing was stolen from the lab years ago. Most interesting. I doubt very much that Eddie is aware that this technology is stolen yet. I quite doubt it. It means that whoever crafted the device on installed this device right between. What of the monster he is chasing? Were you able to get any information regarding that? Failed experiment with someone in the PB. Seems that Neuron has a secret tied here if the report does not explain the aftermath of the experiment. Regardless, it will be important information to present to Mr. Ulstra. He believes this monster is part of an invasion wherever he is. You can show him evidence that the device was originally made here in this city. He will come to his senses. Using some sources of mine to track down his I believe that he once more down in the den of ghouls. I must believe that he must believe that this is where his monster. Here are the coordinates where you can find him. You have to handle one last issue before you're off. One last issue. The report you give the TPN on your progress. No, I paused my efforts with Eddie to save the lab from this. It's always good to try to garner the compassion of the people in that manner. I'll get the word off about this. Players who were generally part of the Resistance can call up Calvin Scott to inform him of current events. This will begin the storyline of working undercover after. Alright, so let's go. There we go. Chat box as well. Bullet casings lower the ground. Time to find Eddie and become the people's hero. Big man. Should have. Can do that when I end up going to a hospital. This is the direct. Alright, come on. Need one lightning bolt, jeez. Alright, I'll take a gamma ray rock. Oh, there's a couple of lightning bolts, neither of which hit. There we go. It's like the path forward. Oh, there's all loot. Okay. Victoria is a weird place. A lot of enemies. Okay, take the lightning proc. Most happy to take a resistance inspiration. All right. And one's down. Rest is from. Okay. Actually, glad to have. Hey. I think half of these showing up. Nope. I don't aggravate the whole room. Bad. Oh, come on. How did I aggro this man? There is no way. Okay, sure. Say so, game. I think this level we're getting power. No, maybe I picked up con. Oh. Come on. There we go. Yes. Was a really good gamma proc. Yeah, another good one right here too. That was a very lucky lightning strike. Fortunate. Okay, I don't know what animation that was. Oh, hello. I'm in the storm. Okay. Minion. Oh my god. Any enemies? Oh, hello. Where'd you come from? Alright. Lightning proc is okay. There's one goal. Really? Oh, here comes everybody. Getting a painted one. Okay. You should be stunned for a nice long time. Alright. All the rest of these going there. Hmm. Ooh. A recipe cacophony. Good there. Hey. No, you don't get to run away. Here's one defensive toggle. Alright. And he's like, here's in the worst place. Oh. What are these things again? I need to turn stealth on. Alright. Flurry attack. Okay. Oh, that was a poor time to miss. All right. Make use of the level bonus. Right, and shoot through as many of these as I can while lightning. All right. Alrighty, Eddie, you've drugged me to the rear end of the underground. Where are you at? Where are you? Come out, let's finish this. You again. Why won't you just let me find the monster? This is to protect the people of Praetoria. What? The Maelstrom device was made here in Praetoria? That means, as it rains, this changes everything. I've been a fool. The monster is minor compared to this. Do you know what all this means, the invasion? They've known about Praetoria longer than I believe. Where I come from, they want to destroy Praetoria and everything that it stands for. I thought all this time they made this device of... They made that monster. They were able to steal this device from Neuron and me. They have more details on Praetoria than I could possibly imagine. I have to go speak with Cole, with White, with someone about this. I can't let them invade us. I won't let them, even if I have to go back there. Right, well, we need to go back to this earth. Almost as if on command, the frenzied footsteps of resistance soldiers. Oh, cool. There's a bunch of fools. Come on, where are you at? Oh, lol. Eddie, gonna help. Gonna stand there. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a lot of you here. Alright. That's enough of you all. That's a whole lot of you all. Come on, Eddie. Do some AoE then. Hello, Acid Rings. This is Mr. G. I was able to send some resistance to your location. I imagine this will make your victory look all the better. Thanks, I guess. Kid. Oh no, he's back on. I think. Yeah. About to be real mad if Maelstrom got. Alright. Oh, there we go. Oh, one ran away. Alright, bye-bye, Eddie. People of Imperial are thrilled to have Maelstrom back. Acid Ring absolutely thrilled. Being proclaimed as a hero, someone who the people can really put their faith in to save the day. Preparation for your return, I had TPN send me the first copy of their news report on your request to save Eddie Polstra. Here to have a look. Acid Rain saves Eddie Polstra thwarts resistance plot. Earlier today, Acid Rain rescued Edward Polstra from clutches of the resistance, and we here at TPN were here for every step of the way during this bold investigation. It all began when Acid Rains had a possible lead on Edward Polstra's location. He descended into the tunnels to find Edward, though there was no trace of Edward Polstra. Acid Rains stopped a horde of ghouls from getting into Imperial City. We estimate that Acid Rains alone held back over 200 ghouls. Acid Rains continued her search for Edward Polstra, only to uncover a shocking revelation. Edward Polstra had been brainwashed by the Resistance. This is something that Acid Rains expected, of course. Without missing a beat, Acid Rains declared that the solution was simple. One of Neuron's labs in Imperial City would hold the answer for Eddie's condition. Acid Rains had already been through enough in the tunnels, fighting armies of Resistance and ghouls. As usual, though, Acid Rains once again saved the day in Neuron's lab. Despite all that she had already done for us, the Syndicate were invading Neuron's lab, threatening to unleash several dirty bombs. Acid Rain disarmed the bombs and took down the Syndicate, saving the entire lab and part of Imperial City. Acid Rains obtained what was needed in Neuron's lab and was able to finally locate our dear Polstra in the sewer. The Horde of Resistance descended upon the two, but Acid Rains bravely fought them off, allowing a badly injured Edward Polstra to get away. Edward Polstra is now back in the safety of Imperial City, all thanks to the work done by him. I think it's safe to say that Imperial City has a new hero. Her name is Acid Rains. Cool. Yes, I believe it fits you perfectly, Acid Rains. Take some time. take some time to bask in this, then give me a call. I'm finishing up some loose ends, just a few. I think you'll be very interested to see what I come up with. You can, if... It's actually cool that you can alter the way that that article comes out based on your responses, what you tell Mr. G, what to tell the, what to tell TBN. It's kind of cool. I have to say, Esserine, it was absolute pleasure working with you. Absolute pleasure. Told you I had something interesting in store. I intend to follow through. Paperwork is still going through to Praetor, and meantime I have managed to get in touch with a man who wishes to give his own squad of powers to some powers that be have taken notice of your abilities and wish to give you power. This is the exact end you were in. Yes, I can tell you exactly who you must speak to in order to move forward with this new career track. Transmuter will be able to move your fame and power forward with your very own group of powers division. It should be very interesting. Very interesting. The man's name is Transmuter. He's a powerful mage who fought alongside Emperor Cole, but those days are behind him now, far behind him. He is now in charge of the organization of powers divisions within Imperial City. Alright. Now we get our own minion. Hit the hunt up after. Go harass Nightstar a little bit. Turns do we have 29? I'll level up. Yeah, this is right. Alright. Anything worth selling? I guess we can sell that off. Can make up a couple of IOs, and those will just kind of stay useful. I'll have to save them. Them in. More accurate. Well, scale up as we, or well, they won't scale up, but I don't have to upgrade. Why is that? Rare bit of salvaged. Alright, so. Vendors American. Effectively, they're the same thing. It's just a different set of zones and missions to do. It's a different low-level experience. So, like, I mean, that's effectively it. The Praetorian stuff is meant for more experienced players, quote-unquote, but you get a bunch of low-level contacts you just level up through. Like, in these, you have a bunch of, sort of Paragon or Renegade choices. So you can either be a loyalist for the regime and do those quest lines, or you can be a resistance member and do those quest lines. And within those, there are sub-quests, like you can have a loyalist who cares about fame and power, or a loyalist who cares about doing good for the people. And then you sort of have that same thing in the resistance plotline, where you can have you can be a resistance member who cares just about causing as much chaos, or you can be a resistance member who cares about, like, spreading freedom. And you can actually go undercover as one or the other, where you can be a resistance member who does loyalist missions and then reports back to the resistance leader what's going on. It's just kind of a different level 1 to 20 experience. It basically it sets up the invasion storyline that happens at max level, is the big thing. But you get to meet a bunch of alternate timeline versions of the characters from the main universe. Like Praetor White is the alternate universe version of Back Alley Brawler. And once you reach level 20, you actually get to choose if you want to be a hero or a villain and go into normal leveling. We're looking for transmuter. Like, oh yeah, just make sure to, if you're gonna do it, make sure to, like, do it on a build that's pretty sturdy. Like, I'm doing it as a blaster, and I'm getting killed a lot more often than I normally would. Praetoria it's kind of more difficult than the normal leveling. Assassins, it's excellent that you've come to talk to me. Master G has told me a lot about you. My name is the Transmuter, fighter of the Hamaidon Wars, aide to Emperor Cole, organizer of Powers Division within Imperial City. Oh, it's not a big deal, Bill. If you're not fluent in English, that's okay. It's excellent that you've come to talk to me. Mr. G has told me all about you. My name is the Transmuter, power of the Hamaidon War, aide to Emperor Cole, organizer of Powers within Imperial City. The fact that you're here speaking to me now can only mean that Mr. G believes that I can help you, given my lofty position here in Imperial City. I don't help regular people. I tell them what to do. But you're a bit different now, aren't you, Acid Rain? Saving Edward Polstra from those resistance members, just to name it, one of the many acts you've done. I can see you and I taking to the skies, lighting up Imperial City with our glory. Perhaps we may even find a new source for my magical powers. Wouldn't that be something? Yes. Yes, I am. We in the Powers Division want to make a push to show our true might. Flex your muscles, if you will. Who better to do it than you, the woman that saved Eddie Polstra, amongst other claims to fame. You've been assigned 5 members of the Power Division who will follow your orders. Riptide, Zane, Arya, Stern, and Warren. They're all waiting to be deployed, so when you're ready, speak with me again, we can begin. Oh, thank you for the follow, Hilly Wave. You know, as Reigns, I remember when I had my own squad of powers, we were pretty famous. People would give us flowers when we walked down the street, cheer us on when we fought off Maidon's monsters. This was before those sonic fences were. It's good to see other people getting a chance to experience what I did. Anyway, let's get down to business. You may or may not be aware, but someone is going around killing Powers Division. Many of the deaths have been low profile. A death here of a man who has minor levitation powers, gruesome murder over there, a woman who can teleport. Very minor in comparison to the powers I once had and the ones that you currently possess. Now, however, the killings are starting to get more high profile. Yesterday, some known members of the Powers Division in Imperial City were found dead. The murderer planned a note on them that Acid Reigns is next. I imagine this is something you should be proactive about. Broadcast over TPN that this murderer is after you. Naturally, the people of Imperial are concerned. Letting go, Part 1, The Killer. We've got a few. The PPD we have a few leads. The PPD have been working to supply us with information, though it hasn't been the greatest. You know how it is with the better than them because of our powers. They slack off while we do the real work. That's why only the real famous PPD officer was James Noble. Too bad he's gone now. I remember first meeting him after going toe-to-toe with one of Maidon's monsters right in the center of People's Park. Ahem. Lead we have is our murderer may have some association with the PPD. Have noticed that destroyers have more direction as their attacks don't seem random anymore. Back in note. A particular group of destroyers have broken into an office building and are going on a rampage for the Powers Division, and they're to stop them, but that was an hour ago. Murderer may still be in that building. You'll have to find the member of the Powers Division, then the lead destroyer. You'll be accompanied by 2 members of your squad, Arya and Riptide. They'll be there by the time you arrive. Alrighty. Alright, so we have Arya and Riptide, who looks like a little shark man. Last stream, I think it was, that we beat them up in Reese's little tournament. Oh, hello. Well, hopefully, could y'all help, maybe? I'm gonna say no, they're probably not gonna be much help. Okay, well... They were useless. And that is one of the things that aged very poorly in this game. Like, the NPC help is not all that great sometimes. Especially seeing as apparently Riptide went, like, to a whole nother room and got in a whole nother fight. It doesn't help that they don't, like, scale up very well with the difficulty settings. Like, they don't gain anything extra if I'm setting myself to be on a 3-player instance. They're still they still typically act as though they're still in a single player. So the extra mobs and damage just mostly immediately. If you're playing a support character. Which I'm not. Alright, you need to die. Alright. This lady needs to go away. Is gone. Alright. Oh, this is timed. That's not great. Blue found. Powers Division's remains. You found the remains of the Powers Division. Whoever did this was able to bypass the medical system in Imperial City. You're able to tell it. You're unable to tell exactly what killed this man. His body is battered and bruised. It looks like it might be the work of the destroyers or some odd scorch marks that don't match their usual style. Oh, okay. These are on par with my level. And survive the real problem here is as soon as these ambushes start coming, I'm gonna be real deep. I'm a blaster and I can't handle it. Okay? Come on. A stunner. Yes. We're safe to stand. Well, that's not a great place to stand if they can see through the wall. Oh, here we go. Through there, yes I can. Screw you guys. This is one of the things that makes Praetoria a more difficult experience in mode. There are typically lots of ambushes and they don't let up once they start. It's more manageable if you're kind of like on a Dominator or Controller or Scrapper, Brute, Tank, Mastermind. Someone who can take the extra bit of pressure. It's just not so much great on blasters who don't get their stuff until... who don't get their... what was the term the developers... their sustainability powers later. I'm eventually gonna have to take Jetstream just as an AoE attack. Yeah, so Praetoria came out way later in the game's lifespan. This is technically part of an expansion. So it came out after a whole bunch of entrenched players also had a bunch of systems to allow them to be a bit more powerful that I'm not using. So, like, they took the difficulty up a little bit just so that the veterans had a leveling experience that was a little more catered to them. Come on. Certainly not made for a blaster without set bonuses going. Oh, right on top of me. Just okay, I'll never left his minions. Oh, the destroyers aren't even like the worst of the lot. There is an enemy type that you'll run into a lot here called ghouls. They will actually, upon death, heal any other ghoul near you. So, in large groups, they can be somewhat of a problem. Then there are clockwork robots that are the alternate universe version of the little gear monsters that you'll see in the hero side occasionally. They have minus regeneration attached to their attacks. So if you get unlucky with them, you'll just have no baseline, or you'll have no passive self-healing going. Come on. Good shit. might actually cheese this mission a bit. Throw knife? Nah, I typically don't. Especially with, the improvements to, how stamina and health are just kind of obtained automatically. I typically have enough attacks to manage an attack chain early on. Especially with certain power sets that happen later, that were put in later in the game that have specific synergies. Like, the throw knife isn't going to proc my storm power. Or it won't trigger this gamma radiation that stuns people for a very long time. Okay. Is that the last? Not the last. Alright. There's one. On. Other hallway. Yeah, as they put in sets, especially once the Homecoming people started filling in sets that didn't make it to live, there are a lot of synergies within the power sets themselves. Like, so my primary is Stormblast. That's actually, pardon me, one of the most recent sets that they put in, and my secondary is Atomic Manipulation. So my Storm Cell here that I can put down, when I use one of my other Storm-based attacks on it, this Rain Cloud has a chance to cast a lightning bolt on all of the targets within that storm cloud. And then if I hit somebody with my Megatron Slam and then follow up with Positron Cell, it will actually stun the person. I can do that in a reversed order too. But like Throw Knife and all that won't trigger any of those. I guess I have Trank Dart for... That's a minor. And again, my Storm attack is a random effect, so I probably just wake up most of the things I put to sleep randomly anyway. But there are certain sets that don't do that, that I'd probably use the temporary powers, whatnot for. Truth be told, I've never been a large fan of those sorts of powers in general. A lot of my normal play, I'm using a lot more power. Like, I have invention sets that I use for leveling characters and whatnot. I don't use them for here because I think it makes the game a little too easy. Minus things like this that I kind of had to abuse game mechanics on. I mean, my absolute favorite power sets in the game are the Mastermind stuff, because I think they're rather unique. Man. So, I like a lot of the Mastermind stuff. I typically like the, support powers. The fact that there are whole classes dedicated to support in a game this old is really cool. Like, you have World of Warcraft that just, like, last week introduced its... Oh, no. This week, actually. Yeah, that patch was... That was on the... came out on the 11th. So, like, WoW just introduced for the first time a support playstyle. And that was... This game shut down years and years ago, and Warcraft is just kind of catching up on that sort of playstyle now. I hate to do this, but I don't think I'm going to be able to avoid it without a... Not on a blaster. I can talk to him quick. But, like... So, like... Back in the day when this was officially on live servers and all that, my main was a, my first main was Radiation Dark Defense. So I like the Radiation power set. I think even though it's somewhat... It's not as powerful as it used to be, I still think it's... I think people have begun to underrate it in a lot of ways. I have to set this to be reasonable instead of unreasonable. But my current main that I have, that I do new content with, is a Katana Dark Armor Scrapper. So, I reset the mission, I turned the difficulty down. I don't think I was going to be able to do this without, like... not as a blaster on 3 people, without a lot more IOs that I wouldn't be able to pull back. Mirrors? Chloe. If I could have turned off the, waves of ambushes, that'd be different. There were a limited number of ambushes. But I couldn't get there in time, not on a character that's a little bit weak. On a normal character, I'd have like the archetype specific procs already and whatnot. Oh, that the thing. If I could have found that last time that quickly, this would have been a different story. So I will say, I've been enjoying Stormblast. The core, like, mechanic of it being the storm cloud that follows you is really cool. And the attacks are kind of fun. Bye-bye, Blastmaster. According to what I have here, it seems like the destroyers were ordered to attack this officer, so I suppose the destroyers may be more organized than we thought. Perhaps they have a leader. What are you two? Can you, like, not make this mission long and difficult? It's kind of telling how useful that the NPC help is when I'm just on the very lowest level of difficulty and Riptide and Arya are still getting their butts kicked. Nope. Arya has group invisibility. What? He did defeat the you. Destroyer Invasion. The man you rescued told you what he saw. It was awful. I should have known that I could only trust Azoranes to save the day. The destroyers barged in here and tore up the place. Then this guy from the Powers Division walked in and said he can handle it. I heard an explosion somewhere, and in an instant he was gone. The only thing that I can guess is that he tried going after the leader of the raid. Okay. Well, that kind of happened to me too. Telling the truth. The beat up member of the Powers Division must be a blaster too. Come on, you two. Oh, hello. Down there. Oh, what are you doing? Oh. Okay, I thought Big Dog was the named character. I don't come to Praetoria quite as often as I probably should, so some of the NPC names I'm not quite familiar with as I would be on the other side. You two got in a fight and in here. Door will be up. Right, yep. Oh, hello. Yeah, so I hit him with Gamma Ray. He'll be stunned for a long while. Unless Riptide actually kills him. it's weird that Riptide's electric armor is red, but his electric fences attack is purple. Siren go. Why is Siren dying? Well, bye-bye. You suck, Arya. They really can't even handle just being on normal difficulty that very well. Actually, she's a Sonic defender. She should, like, be pretty sturdy, given that she has a giant resistance ball. Where'd you come from? No, not very dangerous, so refresh my storm while I have a chance. But storm also has, like, in addition to the lightning bolt that you just saw go, the actual blasts have special effects when you cast them on something that's in the storm, like my giant balls of hail here have a higher chance of summoning a larger thing. Like, that one, it didn't happen. I'll try to point it out if I see it. So, like, there we go. That giant rock that fell, it has a higher chance of doing that if I target something that's in the storm itself. I think this little... the tier 1 blast just has a chance to do additional damage over time. I don't mind. I strictly speaking, I think it's an okay design. It's better than how dual blades combos work, or really don't work. I remember there being an argument as to whether you should just completely ignore the combos or actually try to use certain ones back in the day. And I can't remember how that argument ever got resolved. For the results of any of the testing there. Okay, so I see a guy named Big Red Hound. I imagine that's the person I'm looking for. There's still... these power divisions people are useless. He said that we were done with the job mid-combat. Alright, what clue did I get? Red herring. The destroyer you defeated confessed that he never saw the member of Powers division. He knows only that he saw some masked figure move past him during the raid, fast enough they didn't get a good look at the person's identity. Alright, cool. Alright, now we're out of that. Oh. Why didn't you come home? Oh, this was right down the street. Suck. Letting go, part 1, the killer. No luck, that's too bad. It appears our lead on the destroyers was a bit. Not surprising that it was given it was from the PP. Spoken with Mr. G, who says that he will handled the investigation regarding the odd movements from the destroyer. Oh, also, that man you rescued was just interviewed by TPN. They'll be running a report on your daring rescue later tonight. It's excellent to be on top, isn't it? I always did enjoy it. Well, do enjoy it. Still fairly respected for all my past exploits, even if I'm a desk worker. Let's not get into that ugly business. There's a person out there looking to kill you. Got to get to the bottom of it. Just remember, I'm here to assist you every step of the way. Take this, it's my contact information. I only share it with those who are on the up and up, like you, Acid Rains. You, Acid Rains, are most definitely one of those. Letting Go, Part 2, 4 Powers Division. Things are becoming grim. 2 more members of the Power Divisions were found dead. Fortunate for them, but fortunate for us, the people of Imperial City, are whispering about your safety, hoping you can bring this person to justice. Mentioned to someone that I was good friends with you and they told me to give you this. Transmuter hands you a pin with your face on it. Above the words are the words, I support Acid Rains. You garnered quite the amount of support and it reminds me of how things were for me back when we first put the sonic fencing up around. I was there when Cole gave his speech about how the people of Praetoria did not be afraid anymore of the Hamayat. Received terrific applause. It was an amazing day, Acid Rains. I'm sure you'll just be as amazing when you catch up to this murder. We've ruled out the destroyers, which means it's either Resistance or the Syndicate. Riptide and Arya are investigating the Resistance lead. In the meantime, I've managed to help arrange a little trap to set for the Syndicate. Syndicate are always after information. Aside from their guns, katanas, and psychic powers, it's the main source of their power. There is a lab in Imperial City that they believe has very important information. They believe an insider of theirs will be planting the information for them to retrieve with their squad. However, that insider is dead thanks to worker Riptide. Now we can benefit from his knowledge. Stern, Warren, and Zane will accompany you for this task. You'll be able to set things up, bring a trap on the Syndicate to lure the subject, and the murderer, a woman named Arcia Delaney. Will be facing large numbers of Syndicate, so it may be a little unfair for them. You see the joke I did there, Acid Rains. I did them all the time when I was fighting alongside Emperor Cole and Praetor White. Guy's getting a little obnoxious. Let's see what mess this is. Hopefully it's not endless waves of ambushes. I think that destroyer one's the only one in this arc that does that. Stern, Zane, and Warren stand ready as you enter. The rest of the lab has been evacuated in preparation for your battle with Syndicate. Alright. Riptide chiming in. Got news for you, Zane. Our Syndicate target is in the building near the front. Looks like she's not taking any chances by rushing in. Smart move if you ask me. Come on, guys. But it's just stairs. Handle stairs. And guess you can't handle stairs. You really can't handle stairs, can you? Come on. Put one foot in front of the other. There you go. Right, or Chloe to set up the... Oh, here it is. Yeah. Not so much the stealth I was worried about, it's just they got stuck right in the one spot. Oh. Hello. I mean, it really doesn't matter if they're here or not, they're gonna die in 10 seconds anyway. Hey, why are you letting the other blaster just take all the aggro? Maybe Riptide's a stalker. Maybe that's why he's such a squishy little dork. Yep. Oh! Hello. Alright. Okay. That will help. Come on, give me some lightning. Where is this lady at? I'd really try to kill her before this run. Oh, she's hanging out back here. I'll fight an ambush. Fight him on top of it. Lady I need to kill. Hi. Oh. Well, that'll wear off. Now I'm screwed. Actually be really useful. Alright, take the kind of power. Alright, all you get pushback. Yeah, that's actually really useful. I probably should never have respect out of that. They're all kinda... They're up again. That way you're all in the cone. Oh. There's all my defenses. Blaster life is hard. Hilariously, I think on the last tune I did this with was a robot radiation mastermind. I think I just went AFK, except to reapply the toggle effects. Alright. There's a million of you standing here. Means I was flying. Oh well. Man. It ambushes. I'm gonna blame this on Warren. If he could have survived for more than one fight, it'd have been... Come on. Oh, here. There's a image to your enemy. Alright. Oh, hey. I'm mezzed again. You need to stay mezzed. Alright. All over. And alright. Play like him. Maybe. We'll have a whole bunch of lieutenants. Oh, there's another one. Come here. Oh, no. Get all back. Okay, that's not what I was hoping for in terms of ups. Oh, come on. Sure. Come on. Lots of lightning. Lots and lots of lightning. Nope. Okay. Stun her for. Alright. Another lieutenant. And this leadership lady got knocked into oblivion. Oh, Swordmaster. Why is the Swordmaster using psychic attacks? Okay, only minions. Well, yeah, only minions. Alright. Stupid lieutenants to fight. Yeah, I don't think it's cheap. Just spin and tax that hard. There we go. Delays Delaney's story. Defeated Marisa Delaney, and you discovered she was not the murderer. The Powers Division. You look through her possessions to see at the times of the murder she was in no criteria on missions to assassinate various heads of the people. So it's about 7. We're probably not going to get through another mission instance by the time 7's, and I'm starting to get hungry. But we're going to stop here. Next week we will continue the search for the person who wants to assassinate me. I'm sure that they're a complete loser, because how could they not be in awe of my awesomeness? Because I'm a Powers Division person with a bunch of losers working for me, who, like, literally can't survive one fight. But, thank you everybody for coming. I will try to be back on Tuesday with some One Piece. Can't make any promises. Work's a pain in the rear end as well. So, but if I don't get called in for Tuesday, I'll be here with One Piece. If not, I'll be back next Saturday with we'll continue our adventures in Praetoria. Thank you everybody who came by. If you missed anything and want to see the full stream, it'll be on YouTube sometime in the next couple of days. Have a good weekend, and I will probably see you all on Tuesday.